Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So, this week I wanted to do a special podcast, and it's going to be talking about one of the top three secrets in my podcast and just in my mindset, and not just business, but also in life. And it's that mindset. Your mind is not set. How to see problems as nudges to level up your business and your life. So this came up because I have been getting so many DMs and questions about, like how I come up with ideas and, who does my marketing, who does my website, who does my videos, where do I get all this stuff? And surprise, it's all me. It's a one-woman show. And I have learned through time, just through the nudges of life, instead of seeing problems. I always say opportunities, but I think people sometimes, tend to see this bad connotation with opportunities like money or taking advantage of people, which is not that. What I mean is when you see a problem, is really a nudge from the universe or from your life or from your business, giving you an opportunity to create a solution. It's giving you an opportunity to level up and have a different advantage. So, having said that, let's get started with number one, problems, life situations. So, 2020 was the year that showed us that we have control of nothing. I live in California, as you guys know. We got shut down. Currently, my county, we're still in level red, which means like we can't even do any indoor activities, Hairstylists are able to go back to work, and they just opened up for estheticians to go back to work because we're allowed to work. They're allowed to work as well, which I think it's fair. But it has been, where I live, it's crazy, okay? There's so many limitations on what we can do. So, and not just with the pandemic, I know everybody's dealing with different ways. It has also been a way for me, more than just my business and my life, to see what really matters and what I could change instead of seeing problems. I was like, problems, seeing a little nudges of what is it trying to tell me? How can I adjust it to benefit me and those around me? So, let me give you 3 quick little examples. Number 1, so the pandemic hit, okay? I'm very grateful that my husband has his own business, and he was considered essential. So he was working in rebuilds up north. So he was doing great. He was still doing his income. I wasn't able to create any income. And this is an important part of it too, when you see problems. So pay close attention if you are sidetracked right now, or looking at your emails while you listen to this podcast, or doing something. Like, seriously, like, rewind 15 seconds. So now that you're back, we're paying attention to this. Very important. I want you guys to listen up and understand this. So with problems, I think this is very important for you to do. And I know it's probably nothing you've ever heard before, but I'm being real, and this is something that has worked better for me because of the type of personality I have. You have to touch with your emotions and let them flow. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes what we do when we face a problem or something, an obstacle or something that we do is not wanted, okay, at the moment, we will suppress our feelings. So we hold back our feelings. We won't cry. We won't be angry. We don't let anybody know. We just keep it inside, or like we'll outburst and life is horrible and everything's falling apart around me. So there's 2. Okay, so there's 2. You either suppress it in the way that you don't show your feelings and emotions, what you're dealing with, or everything is bad, everything is bad, everything is bad. You're stuck in that mode, like everything is bad, that you can't see past that, or what may opportunities or little glimpse of lights may be around you, okay? Those are the 2 modes. So for me, I always deal with my emotions first. I'm like, okay, I'm human, and suppressing my emotions, number 1, is not going to help me. Number 2, being on just like my life sucks, everything's horrible, it's not going to help me either. So I deal with my emotions. I sit down, and whatever I need to deal with, however you need to cope with it, you need to write it down, you need to talk to somebody, you need to cry, you need to yell it out by yourself somewhere, you need to go talk to a friend and go on a walk, whatever you need to do. Let your emotions out when a problem comes through. Because I can promise you, if you don't deal with it right now, It's gonna come back, and it's gonna come back worse. And I think as humans, that's one part of like growing up, and I don't mean like getting older, because I'm old but not that old. But I just think it's just part of me growing up, maturing, and I'm not super mature, but more the point is, the more I deal with my emotions as soon as they happen, and I work more on feeling them and being in the moment of them, the better I can move forward. So first step, when you see a problem, deal with the emotions, let them out. We're allowed to cry. I cry. We're allowed to be angry. I get angry. We're allowed to be like, this fucking sucks and it's affecting my whole life. We're allowed to feel that too. We're allowed to be like, how do I feel about this? Okay, so now that we're done with that mode, is number 2. What is it really trying to tell you, okay? Okay, so now that we got all that stuff out, let me go ahead and spray my good vibe spray here. Woo. That hit a little close to home, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so now after that, so this will be the next part. So after you deal with your emotions, number 2 is, what is it trying to tell you? So I really believe in business. It's, the numbers, everything that happens around our business, it shows us. It doesn't just all of a sudden it closed down. Yeah, that did happen with the pandemic. It did just all of a sudden close down. But this is what I want you guys to hear me out on this, okay? Innovation is key. Your mind is not set. And I'm going to give you guys 3 quick examples of things I saw. Number 1, a car wash company here locally, they did a drive-through scare car wash. So it was $20. So it's just to wash outside. You know how usually they didn't even dry the car. Okay. Usually I think those are like drive-throughs are like 10 or 12 bucks. So they were charging $20. Okay. And it's at night. So it's from 6 till 10:30. Okay. And you drive through and they have people scaring you, and it's hilarious. They're all wearing masks. You have to put your windows up. They have the radio station with all creepy noises and stuff telling you the directions to not lower your windows and everything you have to follow through. And it was hilarious. It was so much fun. It was scary. And I was like, wow, what an amazing way to innovate. So they took their $10 product, doubled it. The line was way backed up. We had to wait 15 minutes just to go into the actual driveway, and another 10 to actually go through it. And it was it took like 6 minutes, but it was amazing. It was fun. And I was like, that is an amazing, innovative way. Okay, number 2. So for lash and nail tech businesses, I have seen during the pandemic, they were doing little like facial kits where you got all the things so you can do your own facial kit. For nails, if you had acrylics, listen to this. They give you like a whole kit how to safely remove acrylics from your nails at home with a special little scrub and special little oil. It was amazing. And honestly, like I just wanted the kit because I just wanted the little oil and scrub, because the oil and scrub packages were so cute. And talk about innovation. A lot of those businesses have decided to even open up more of their merchandise because it was so popular for them, and they were able to keep their doors open, paying rent while they were not able to service, while we were in shutdown. And it was an amazing way to attract new clients and innovate in their business. Okay. And quickly, number 3. I think this was a great way for us to innovate in the sense, here, yours truly, it really pushed me. And honestly, the pandemic wasn't so much what pushed me to do this. What really pushed me to do this, I wanted to do over a year and a half ago, but having my daughter, and I just going to share this really quickly. I don't know if I shared it on here or not. My daughter had an accident. She fell down the stairs and we almost lost her, okay, with a stupid walker. And it changed my life, okay. I have been going through therapy. I was doing weekly, and now I'm like every 2 weeks, because it affected me a lot. And my daughter, and she wasn't the same, and she's slowly getting back to her normal self. So that pushed me. And I remember I was in the hospital, and I don't know if you guys believe in God or universe, whatever you believe in. But I was like, I had to be strong, and I prayed to God, and I told the universe, because that's what I believe in. I was like, universe and God, like, if you save my daughter and if you help me get through this, be strong. Okay, guys, I went like 3 days without a shower because they wouldn't let me shower. Like, I couldn't have my family come with me. It was during COVID. It was horrible experience, okay? And maybe it's TMI, but I just want you guys to understand what I mean with problems. It's not that I don't understand what you're going through. You'd be surprised some of the things that I don't share that I go through. But anyways, I said, universe and God, if you help me get through this, I promise I will shut down my suite and I will go after what I want to. And I did it. I shut down my suite that day. And I saw that as a sign that, this horrible thing had pushed me to do what I really wanted to do, which was seriously go part-time, seriously put boundaries in my business and innovate my business, and more importantly, help others do so the same. So, see problems as little nudges as innovation. And now let's go to the last step, number 3, how you can innovate your business. Okay, so now how can it help you, girl? Because it's all about you, not about me. Okay, so how can this help you? Now, I know, and don't tell me there's a no. And if you don't know this, I want you to, after this episode, I want you to write stuff down or go on your, iPhone notepad and write things down. There, you have clients, okay? And it doesn't matter how many clients you have. Doesn't matter what type. If you're working out of home, if you're working on location, if you are a booth renter, if you're a studio suite renter, whatever your situation is. Your clients give you ideas all the time. Have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you heard that XY person are doing this in their business? That's cool. Maybe you should do something like that. They're giving you nudges all the time. And you know what? It's stuff they want. It's pretty much in a way saying, hey, Celeste, I think it would be really cool and I would really enjoy my experience more if you did what X and Y is doing. That's what they really want to say. Now, they're not going to say like that because they don't want to insult you or make you feel like you're less than. So just think about those little nudges that are in your business. Or maybe you have this idea and maybe you think it's a crazy idea because nobody's going to want it. But your clients keep having this one problem over and over all the time. And you have the solution, girl. Like you already know what it is. But you're like, no, but that's crazy. It's different. Who cares? Innovate. Try it out. You don't have to do it big. Try it out small. And what is one of the key things when I decided to go mobile? You guys, I talked to my clients about this over a year ago. And I prepared them for it. I was like, I've been thinking about this idea and everything. I went to my suite and they were like, yeah, like we really like one-on-one, wanted more private, wanted even more private, setting. And I didn't want to open up a salon because, that's not something I want to do. Anyways, so I innovated the same way for you, loves. There's an idea you got. You think it's crazy. But if your clients are asking for it, do it. Do it. Innovate. Don't see like the problems as problems to weigh you down. See the problems as little nudges to level up in life, level up in business. What can you do that's different that's going to level up the experience? And I'm going to go ahead and leave with this. So there's something really special I do for my clients. It involves something special and a certain type of wording and kind of like a little ritual I do at the salon, and I had run out, but I got some more of the special, of my special little energy cleanse I do. And they love it. And sometimes we just need even if it's just, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what you believe in, it has nothing to do with that. Just having that small little ritual of yes, hello new me. It's really special for them. So think about what's special in your business. What have they been asking you for? It can be little things, you guys. For me, in my business, which everybody does, it's like they have robes, but I leveled up. I did different type of robe with different type of material that is bleach proof, and they love it. So it's just little simple things, you guys. It doesn't have to be nothing big or spectacular, to level up in your business, to innovate. If there's a problem, how you can solve it. And, I'm going to leave this last 2 things with you. For example, I had my vanity and it was so old and full of Sharpie marks and everything. So I put some wallpaper on it, removable wallpaper. And when this one wears out, which is start to get scratched again, I'm going to replace it with something different. And I can have a new vanity all the time. And it's the vanity that you guys see behind my videos. So that's what I mean, loves. instead of seeing problems like, dang, like, this thing was like $400. I have to go spend money again. No, girl, like, how can I, spritz it up, make it cute, make it trendy? Okay, we can buy some wallpaper for $36 and fix it. All right. So that is my podcast for this week. Make sure to subscribe, leave me a review, or if you ever have any questions, feel free to DM me. I'm always here to help you guys and everything. And as always, this podcast is for you. And, I did do a little thing this week on my life. If you guys want to see it about protecting your energy in business, you are entitled. You are worth charging for services. You are worth charging for your knowledge. It's respect. And just like I respect my time and ask for respect for my time and boundaries, you deserve the same time and respect for yours. Remember, all the answers are within you. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys back here next week.